Jason, you must be pretty pleased. I guess you know you're into the quarterfinals now unless there's a tie in the other game. Do you feel that you guys did or perform the way you wanted the team to perform?
Yeah, I couldn't ask for anything more from the guys. Obviously it was a must-win game, and we had to win by a big margin. And the way the guys came out and played the cricket today, I can't ask for much more.
Jason, playing New Zealand, what do you make of them? Where might they be vulnerable? How much are you looking forward to that game?
Well, we're obviously looking forward to it. It's a quarter-final game, and cricket is played on the day. Obviously, New Zealand has been playing some pretty decent cricket. They haven't lost a game, so hopefully in this quarter-final we beat them.
But I mean, you must have had some look at them. Do you think that there are areas that you can exploit?
Well, I mean, as I said, cricket is played on the day. I think once we tick our boxes in terms of getting early wickets with a new ball, as we've been doing in this tournament, I think we can put some pressure on the middle order. I think they've done reasonably well up top with guys like Guptill, McCullum, and also Kane Williamson. So I think if we get into their middle order as quickly as possible, it would be better off for us. Whenever we bat, we just obviously have to counteract the Bolt and Saudi combination.
Jason, how important will it be to get Chris Gayle back into the equation for the quarter-final, and is he looking like he will be?
Well, I mean, Chris had the same bat problem as over the last year, and something he has good days, he has bad days. Obviously he's a key player for us, and his fitness is key going into the quarterfinal. And I'm sure he'll be up for it. Even if he's not 100%, he'll push through it. It's an important game, and he's a big player, and you know what big players can do on big days.
Jason, obviously toss is a matter of luck, but it must have really pleased you that everything went according to plan for you, didn't it? And toss must have been an important factor given the conditions today.
Yeah, it was important for us. I always wanted to bowl first. Try to bowl out UAE. For a small total, and just try to get the runs as quickly as possible. And it just fell into place today. It's a luck our chance with the toss. Not much I can do in terms of controlling it, but fortunate things went my way today, and we executed.
Could you just talk us through you bowled 10 overs, in one spell, which I guess must have been pretty tiring, but you seem to be really going for the 5-wicket haul there. Just talk us through that, and how did it feel just to have come so close?
Well, it's my third 4-wicket haul now in international cricket, and I haven't been able to break the 5-wicket barrier, but yeah, I mean, ideally for the team, it was important that I went through, after getting the 3 early wickets, and then I think I got my 4th around my 7th or 6th over. At that stage, I just decided to bowl through and just try to, further set the UAE team back. Unfortunately, just didn't get the 5 wickets or go beyond it. But it's just good to see the other guys, picked up the slack, coming on to the middle and the end.
Question for Johnson. Johnson, your first match, but you came in and looked like if you were playing all along. How did it feel to get out in the middle for the first time?
I was playing back in the Caribbean, so it didn't feel all that different from playing cricket, as I could say. But it's a different atmosphere in New Zealand, and I just had to make the adjustment. So I had a couple of days in the net, and did some work, and just went out there today and backed myself.
Just a question from Twitter fans, Jason, in regards to Darren Sammy. Did you guys have a bit of a little tumble in the middle? Is that
we just had a little banter on the field, but at that stage, we just wanted to have some fun, and unfortunately, it probably didn't look the way it seemed. But we're all good. We're very good mates, and we just had a little tussle there, and it's just part of the game. It was a heated moment, it was a crucial game, but we shake hands at the end of the day, and we still smile together.
Jason, the 7th-wicket partnership must have been a bit frustrating for you guys, having had them at 46 for 6. So can you just talk about how frustrating it was to have them bat, like the 2 bowlers actually, and also what did you make of their batting, the 7th-wicket partnership?
Well, obviously, the 2 guys there put on a very good partnership for UAE. But partnerships are part of cricket. After getting the first 6 wickets, pretty easily, we were pretty much expecting a partnership somewhere along the line. So it came at that 7-wicket partnership, and that was just cricket. Unfortunately, we weren't able to break, and the guys put on over 100 runs. So But again, I can't really fault the effort of the bowlers. I thought they did really well, and then the batsmen came in and finished off the job.
Jason, just talking about that, I mean, it must be pretty difficult to maintain serious intensity for 50 overs, and when you had them 6 down in 14 overs, maybe you took a bit of a step back, even if it was unintentional. Can you just talk a bit about that? I mean, what do you do to maintain intensity throughout an entire day's play?
I wouldn't say we took a step back. We were always pressing to get them bowled out, but as I said, partnerships building cricket, and it's just about, trying to break it. And unfortunately, we took a little longer today to break that partnership. I think during those phases, you just have to keep energy up. Try not to be trying too hard in the sense to get wickets, but go through the process of building pressure. And I think once we built pressure today, I thought Marlon Samuel's spell was absolutely brilliant, because he came in and he built pressure, made it easier for the other guys at the other end, coming on to the end with Russell and Kemar. Russell came back and got the 2 wickets for us, but it's all about building pressure. And I think in those stages where you're not getting wickets, you have to keep your run rate down and just try to build pressure.
Jason, you don't often see teams high-fiving and celebrating after bowling to the opposition. You guys were sort of slapping each other on the back after bowling out the UAE crowd. It seems like your offerings, the weather gods accepted your offerings. How much of the weather factor was still in the back of your mind when you were playing?
I mean, first of all, it's something we always do, regardless of how we perform on the field. I think coming off the field, we always, offer that support to each bowler. I think it's something it's like tradition in our team, just to give the fellow bowlers, just some good sentiments. Pertaining to the weather, it wasn't too much on my mind. Obviously it's beyond my control, and we were checking the forecast, and the forecast said, pretty much the rain would have stayed away the majority of the day, and if anything, it would have gotten the rain later on this evening. So it was just important that we just focus on what we had to do and what we could control, and that was just playing cricket. And again, credit to the guys for the way they played.
Just a question for Jason again regarding Johnson. Does his performance today and the quality of it, does that create a dilemma potentially for the team that might play the quarter-final with Chris out? I mean, can you fit them both in the squad? Would you leave someone else out? How would you do it?
I can't speak, there's still, we still have to get to wherever we're going tonight, and it looks like Wellington, so we have to see the conditions there. I no doubt we'll pick the best team. Obviously Johnson played a very good innings today, and he's pretty much, I would say, secured his spot for the next game. But we'll just sit down, we'll just discuss and see what conditions we're up against and make a decision.
Johnson, I think you were part of the West Indies squad that won the World T20. Do you feel a similar vibe? Is there something that you can take from that performance back then to now and say that there's maybe a good, good vibe and just good feelings going through the squad? Or do you think they can go all the way?
Yeah, of course. Originally, I was not part of this World Cup squad. But one thing I always used to say back home is that we always have the ability to take that trophy. And as I came to join the squad, it's something that was at the back of my mind. And it's one thing to have belief in yourself, but then it's another thing to have team belief. And I believe that the team, has a lot of self-belief. And I have no doubt that we could take that World Cup.